How are you? Today, we're gonna be upcycling an asymmetrical denim skirt inspired by Simone Rocha. Or so she thought. That upcycle didn't work out. The initial plan was to make use of a pair of shorts and a skirt that I wasn't wearing as much. I turned the shorts into a skirt, cut it on a diagonal, and sewed the gathered skirt onto it. Not that into it. So I took it apart. Next day. Yesterday's upcycle didn't quite work out. The fabric wasn't enough for the length I desired. The fit was also an issue. I didn't like how it looked on. So today we're going to be trying something new with the pieces that we prepared for that upcycle. What was originally going to be one are now going to be two separate things. A vest and a top layering piece, a pinafore. And a pinafore.
1 minute later.
I'm gonna cut off this top portion. Then using our handy dandy seam ripper, I'm gonna take off the bottom portion of the skirt. Hopefully that will give us enough fabric to create the waistband and then the straps. So I got a decent amount of fabric from the bottom of the skirt. I believe it should be enough. I have no reason to not believe such. I have no reason to not believe that it won't be. The waistband. I wanted the waistband to sit under my bust, so I took the round measurement of that area. Let's call this measurement A. The waistband is made up of 4 pieces, 2 elasticated side pieces and 2 unelasticated front and back pieces. I wanted the elasticated side sections to be 5 inches long when finished. I cut 2 pieces of 6-inch elastic, that's the 5-inch desired finished length, plus 1 inch for seam allowance. For the fabric, I doubled the 5-inch desired length and added 1 inch for seam allowance. I'm using 1.5-inch wide elastic, so the width of the band will be 1.5 plus 1 inch for seam allowance. For the elasticated section, I cut 4 pieces of fabric that measured 11 inches in length by 2.5 inches in width. To determine the length of the unelasticated portion of the band, we'll take our first measurement, that is measurement A, and we'll minus the length of both 5-inch elasticated sections. So that's 10 inches total. And then we'll divide the number we get by 2 because we have to put it into the front and the back. And lastly, we'll add 1 inch for guess what? Seam allowance. The width is the same, 2.5 inches wide. Here's our example. If measurement A is 30 inches, the 2 elasticated sections are 5 inches each, so that's 10 inches total. So 30 minus 10. Then we'll divide that by 2 and add 1 inch for seam allowance. I cut 4 pieces of fabric that measured 11 inches in length by 2.5 inches in width, and it will not be elasticated. The measurement we're going to need is the length of the strap. We're going to start with the straps. There are 4 strips of fabric, 2 straps, right sides together, 1/2 inch sewing allowance. So we've got our straps. Now I need to figure out the placement of the straps on the waistband. So you can see that pin there is the center at the end. So that's that much. So about 1.5 from the edge. This is the top part of the band. So I'm gonna place it with this facing downwards. Where is the other side of the... Still need to iron it. We've got the front done. Now for the back. I'm going to mark the same distance from the edge. The only difference is it's going to be crisscrossed. It's going to be crossed. They're not going to go into the back straight. They're going to go in at an angle. So I've marked half an inch from this edge to there, just so that they can go in at the same point. Here is the marking. So we're going to put it in like that. Down the other side. And sew that closed. Sewed this piece the exact same way. Just sewed it on the top. The bottom part is open. So here's what I'm thinking. So I'm going to sew the elastic down to the band over here. Now I'm going to sew the side of the waistband onto this is the back. Line them up like that and sew them together. Right, got it sewn on one side. So now we bring the front. Make sure that the straps are sitting as they are supposed to. It's across on the back and straight on the front. I'm going to sew the elastic down here and then join it together to the front of the band. The sewing machine, and I thoroughly confused myself, so now I'm back at the table and I'm gonna pin the cross down at the back so I know what I'm dealing with. Okay, so I've sewn the elastic onto the other side. So what you want to do is to stretch the band out and then close it up there at the bottom. We're almost there. I just need to gather the bottom portion into the waistband. My phone's about to die, so I need to hurry it up. The first thing I want to do is to gather the sides into this elasticated portion, right? So remember we cut 10 inches of fabric. I'm going to mark that out. Where's my... Okay, got it. Okay, so this is on fold. So on each side I need to mark 5. I'm gonna mark that on the other side as well. So I'm gonna match up this marking with the part where the elastic starts, right there, on both sides. Then I'm gonna go to the machine, stretch it out, and sew. Sew. The elasticated portion is sewn in. For the remainder of the fabric, it's not an exact match, so a little gathering is in order. I'm gonna do it by hand just because I don't need it because I'm doing it by hand. Okay. As you can see, the gathers are literally non-existent. I brought down my denim stash because we're gonna make a denim accessory. There's a little sketch.
Bye, have a great time.